Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about mothering a man. Without further ado, let's get to the video.
Some of us can get into that mothering role if we maybe been raised to be very like self-sufficient, independent. Maybe it was instilled into you to be like more self-sufficient, like don't depend on anyone, don't rely on anyone, you can do it things yourself. And maybe in your own upbringing, a lot of people relied on you, so you kind of take in that role as kind of like the savior, or just trying to like mother and save everyone. And when you start bringing that type of energy in your marriage, you end up killing the attraction and the passion in your relationship, because mothering energy is masculine energy, even though it's a feminine trait. Mothering is unique to women, but it is very masculine energy. And when that dynamic starts shifting, where he's the one that is receiving from you, you are stepping up all the time, he's more on the laid back, passive, he's taking the back seat, it creates this like type of burden on your shoulders. You start feeling so overwhelmed, you start feeling burnt out, you start resenting him at the end, because you're like, why can't he step up? Why can't he solve a problem? Why can't he just be a man? But it's also, we have to take a little bit of personal responsibility. It's also, we have to look at the way that we're showing up in the relationship. The first step is to really consciously make an effort to just stop mothering.
I want to share with you the exact recipe that I've been using in my marriage to maintain my own energy while also giving loving energy to my husband. Because as recovering people pleasers, it's a really hard balance to strike for us. We feel like we have to continue to give instead of giving people what we have left, or what we're willing to give after we've served ourselves. So that's the recipe I want to give you. It's going to be super quick. What I've started doing is that I will do something for him, and then I will do something for me. And I keep that pattern going all day long. So I want to give you an example of what that looks like. This morning, I left early to go to the gym, and I used boundaries that I gave my husband, right? He was saying like, oh, well, I can't go this morning, blah, 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 blah. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'll see you when I get back. Like, I've told myself I'm going to go to the gym every day, and so that's what I'm doing, because my self-esteem is worth that. And every time you don't show up for yourself, those are microchips in the facade of who you are, right? And he was respectful about that. So I left and I spent my time at the gym. And then after that, I thought, well, I'm not done with my self-care time. So I went over to Whole Foods, which is next door. And I just kind of poked around and looked around. And then I thought, okay, well, that was for me. And now what can I do for him that would show him that I'm not angry, I'm not upset, that I drew a boundary. Marriage is still good. What I chose to do then was get him a breakfast burrito from Whole Foods that I know he really likes. So I brought that home. I gave him the peace offering. He was very happy. And then after that, I took a bath. I was unavailable for him to communicate with, to come talk to for an hour. Like, I'm in my bath, the door is shut. And after that, we had a coffee together, and he had my full attention. We talked about our day, what's going on in his life, and I was very pleasant, right? But denied access to me consistently is what is the chase. That's what's exciting. The mothering energy is the energy of always having to be available for your child. It's the energy of, what do you need? I'm here to solve it. That's my job. That's my role. I'm not a mother to my husband. I'm his lover, meaning I pour into myself and he gets to enjoy the view. And that's how the dynamic is going to work. So yeah, try that. That's the recipe that I would recommend. Keep in mind, do something for you, do something for me. And then during the you time, hard boundaries, like, oh, I'll come over, we'll talk about that, after my bath or whatever.
Previous video made a lot of noise in the comments. Well, I'm very happy that there are so many women which understand that they've been doing this mistake for years. And there are a lot of madmen who are not happy about this change. Okay, we all know why they're not happy about that. We want to switch off from the mother nanny role into the wife and partner role. Now, why women in general mother their husbands? Clearly, this is what we've seen as kids, majority. Our mothers used to be the same with our dads, and this is the pattern which we follow in our life because we don't know anything else. We also switch into this mothering role when we want to get an exchange for what we do to the men love and affection and care, because we do it, right? So we want something in return. And we mother men, so we become more indispensable to them. When you work hard to fulfill all whatever your man needs and desires, eventually he becomes dependent on you, because he cannot longer do stuff which he used to do. Why? Because you are doing it for him. So deep inside, some women think, if he will be so dependent on me, he will never leave me, because he cannot survive without me. And that's the biggest mistake possible to do. So how mothering your men can destroy your relationship? Your man will end up resenting you and then rebelling against you. It's pretty simple. First, in the beginning, he might not complain about that. He might even insist that everything is fine. But eventually, what little boys do with their mummies? They become rebellious. And as a result, they break away from their mother one day. And when you see that your man constantly depends on you, you see that he's no longer able to do things, your respect to him as a man will drop low. And do you want to stay with a man who you don't respect? So why to create an issue from the beginning and create this creature who is no longer a man, in front of your eyes? And of course, this is the quickest way to kill all the romance in the relationship. And for a man, the more you act like a mother, the more he treats you like a mother. And it's a taboo for men to think of you in a different way, like a woman way, kind of thing, if in his head you are his mother. So what are you doing? And in your head, you'll be like, again, he forgot to wear the socks, or again, he didn't call the plumber, or again, he missed his appointment. You think of him like he's 3 years old. So what romance we talking about? This video is very long, so I'm gonna cut it into 2 parts. And in the second part, you ladies will know how to stop mothering your men. This is part 2 of mothering men situation. So here I'm gonna teach you how to stop mothering your husband. So, mothering your husband can be like addiction. The more you mother, the more you just get involved with the process. So just like any addiction, what we have to do to stop it. I know you're gonna be feeling so tempting again to check on him, to call him if he had his pills, if he did this, if he called his appointment, if he put petrol in his tank. But you have to hold yourself and don't do that, because it just has to be cut off. Again, I'm telling you that general care is a good thing, but here we talk about extra mother care, for those haters in the comment. Number 2, treat your man like he's a competent, reliable person. Stop doing things for him. Of course, in the beginning, he will get so lazy. You are doing all the things for him, and now he will have to do it by himself. So there might be a couple of appointments that he missed because you didn't remind him. There might be something that he will be missing, but he will learn. So if he will come up to you and say, I missed my appointment, why you didn't remind me? You just can tell him, oh, what a shame, darling. I'm sure you can reschedule it, Put the responsibilities on his shoulders. Don't speak to your partner in a mommy talk. That means no scolding. If he's done something wrong, you don't come up to him as if he's 5 years old and tell him, why did you do this? Why is it like that? Why? It's a adult, mature relationship. Of course, if you're upset about something, you should let him know. But I'm talking about this mommy talk, constant scolding kind of talk. Decide what responsibilities you want him to take over in the relationship. And when he does mistake, don't come up there jumping in the situation and telling him that you can handle the situation better than him and taking over. Let the situation go out of the control and let your husband take care of the situation. For example, you want to go for a date night with him somewhere and you want him to book a table. So instead of calling yourself and booking a table, you just tell him about that. And if he will forget to do that, you'll tell him, too bad. But I'm gonna get ready anyways. I'm sure you can find a way or figure out some other place and make a reservation. That's all. Let him deal with that. Don't take extra responsibilities on your shoulders. We women already have a lot of things going on in our life. So let everybody do their job. And ladies, please don't give in into the temptation to rescue him. Let him learn from his mistakes. Let him become responsible. Let him be a man in life. Then everybody will be happy.
If you are mothering your man, you're killing your relationship because you are killing the feminine and masculine polarity of your relationship. The other day, one of you asked me, okay, but what is the difference between being a wife, doing the cooking and the cleaning, and mothering your man? Where is the line? In my opinion, there is absolutely no problem in cooking or cleaning for your man, okay? The only problem is when you try to fix him, okay? Mothering your man is not about cooking for him or not. It's about treating him as an imbecile, as someone who doesn't know how to do things in general. It's trying to fix his problems all the time, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. My boyfriend, he pays for all of the bills himself with his money, and he physically pays them, right? I have never, ever once asked him, have you paid the water bill this month? That would be mothering him. I trust my man to pay the bills. I am not going to constantly ask him, have you done this, have you done that, whatever. Never. Another thing, don't fix his problems. He is the problem solver of the relationship, not you, okay? You are the one who has problems who need to be solved. And if you don't have them, just come up with them, okay? I always ask my man to open up my jars. I can do that by myself, but I need to remind him that he's the one who solves the problems in the relationship, not me. Whenever I have a problem, even if it's really simple, even if I already have the solution, I always go to him, okay? And I ask him to help me because he is the problem solver of the relationship, not me. I am the baby in this relationship, okay? Not him. Don't boss him around, okay? If you don't trust your man, why are you even with him? Another thing, just because you are the wife and you have to do the cooking and the cleaning, whatever, it doesn't mean that, first of all, he shouldn't know how to cook. He should know how to cook. That's a basic human skill. Everyone should know how to cook. Everyone. And just because you are the one who cooks dinner, whatever, it doesn't mean he can cook for you as well. My man loves to cook me breakfast. Every time he comes home and he wants a snack and I am busy, he's not going to annoy me because he's not incompetent. He knows how to cook. He can take care of himself. I don't have to mother him. He's not a baby, okay? I think the most important takeaway of this video is you are the baby in the relationship, okay? Not him. For example, every night when I'm ready to go to bed, I just lay in bed while my man prepares me a tea and my hot bottle of water. Every time. I just scroll on TikTok while my man prepares all of those things for me because I am the baby in the relationship, okay? Not him. And you have to constantly remind him of that. And the best way to do that is to ask his help, and not in an incompetent way, of course, but in a I trust you way. Help me solve this problem. Help me grow my business, for example. Ask for his advice, trust him, and don't try to fix him, okay? If you don't trust your man, you shouldn't be with him. Let him solve his own problems, okay? Let him lead you. Let him do the basic things by himself, okay? Don't mother him. Don't tell him, that's not how you do that. That's not how you do it. Let him do everything by himself, okay? You don't need to fix your man. Trust him or you shouldn't be with him.
So guys, this is the end of the video. Hope you've learned one or two things. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Do share your thoughts in the comment section. See you in the next video. I love you.